This is Math 1010, Module 5, Intermediate Algebra, Rational Expressions and Equations. This is Lesson 5.6. The first objective, divide a polynomial by a monomial. Okay, dividing by a monomial does not require any form of long or synthetic division. Instead, we just really need to distribute this division. That will give us negative 35x to the 8 over 7x cubed plus 14x to the 6 over 7x cubed minus 21x to the 5th over 7x cubed. Since the denominator is a monomial, we have factors. Everything's a factor here. Negative 35 divided by 7, that would be negative 5. 3 of the x's reduce out of the 8, leaving us x to the 5th. 7 goes into 14 twice. 3 goes out of there, x cubed. And 7 goes into minus 21, negative 3 times, and those 3 leave x squared. All right, that is that. Let's move on to example 2. So this second example has x's and y's. You would not want to do this with long division because it doesn't really work out. However, again, since it's a monomial, if we just distribute this division through the parentheses, we'll have 14x to the 5th y cubed divided by negative 2x squared y minus 12x squared y squared divided by negative 2x squared y minus 6x cubed y divided by negative 2x squared y. And now we reduce. Negative 2, 14 divided by negative 2, that's negative 7. 2 of the x's go away, and 1 of the y's go away, leaving 3 x's and 2 y's. There we go. Negative 12 divided by negative 2 is positive 6. The x's reduce, and 1 of the y's go away, just leaving y. And minus 6 divided by negative 2 is plus 3. And 2 of the x's go away, and the y's reduce, leaving us just x. So it is very important for you to notice on a division of polynomials problem when the denominator is just a monomial. You just need to distribute the division and simplify. Now on our second objective, divide a polynomial by a polynomial that's not a monomial, we cannot just distribute. If we tried to distribute, we'd have x squared over x plus 5, and that doesn't reduce. So instead, we set up either long division or synthetic division. This section will review long division. So x plus 5, the denominator, divided into x squared plus 2x minus 15. Now we go through similar operations as normal long division with numbers, but I've adjusted the questions I asked myself. So x times what is x squared? The answer is x. We distribute, it's x squared, distribute, plus 5x. Okay, now we draw the line and change the signs. That'll turn to minus, and that'll turn to minus. And x squared minus x squared, that's gone. 2x minus 5x, that is negative 3x. And we drop down to minus 15. And the question, x times what is negative 3x? And the answer, negative 3. And we distribute. Minus 3x minus 15. And then we draw the line, we change the signs. And in this case, everything reduces, leaving us no remainder. So our answer is just x minus 3. This one could also be done by factoring. You could set this problem up and try to factor the numerator. Now sometimes the numerator will factor, but it doesn't factor into something that the denominator has. In this case it does, and it reduces, and you just get x minus 3. But so often it either won't factor at all, or it does factor, but not in a way that reduces the entire denominator. So this process of simplify can actually complete the division process if the whole denominator is gone. This is extremely rare. So the long division is definitely a procedure that you want to know well. Let's take a look at another example. Okay, so let's set this up. X plus 7 divided into x squared plus 10x plus 16. X times x is x squared, and we distribute. That is x squared plus 7x. Draw the line and change the signs. Now note, since I'm using the same color, and most of you will as you do your homework and tests, I'm putting a new sign above the old sign. So visibly I can see that I changed signs. Those cancel. 10x minus 7x, that would be 3x, and then add 16. Drop the 16 down. X times what is 3x? That would be plus 3. Also, since our answer is a polynomial, make sure you include the plus or the minus signs in between these terms. That will be 3x plus 21. Draw the line, change signs, cancel 16 minus 21. That would be negative 5. Now when you have a remainder, x times what is negative 5? No nice whole number or x value will do that. So we're down to remainder. You write your answer and then add the remainder, divide by your divisor, the denominator. Now you could just do a subtract instead of this add negative, but they both work just fine. But important to add the remaining term. All right, example 3. Again, the setup. X plus 4 divided into, this time x cubed, minus 3x squared, plus 4x minus 7. It's important when you write these down, if you were missing a power, say this didn't have an x squared, we'd still want to leave a space. Some people actually write a 0x squared to make space so that your work lines up nicely. Okay. Now, x goes into x cubed. That question isn't so easy. X goes into x cubed. But x times what is x cubed is an easier question. X squared. X squared times x is x cubed. X squared times 4 is plus 4x squared. And we draw the line and we change our signs. And we get cancellation. That makes a 0. Negative 3x squared minus 4x squared. That is negative 7x squared. We drop down our plus 4x. By the way, you can drop down more if you'd like. Doesn't matter. X times what is negative 7x squared? Answer negative 7x. And we distribute. Negative 7x squared minus 28x. Draw the line and change the signs. Cancellation. 4 plus 28, 32x, and drop down the negative 7. X times what is 32x plus 32. And we distribute. 32x plus, let's see, 128. Draw the line, change signs, cancellation. That's negative 135. That's our remainder. So our answer is x squared minus 7x plus 32 plus a negative or minus, it doesn't matter, as long as there's one negative. The divisor is x plus 4. Okay. Now to check this answer, you would take the x plus 4, you'd multiply by the x squared minus 7x plus 32, and then you'd subtract 35 from that to see if you got the right answer, which you would. Okay, next example. Example 4. This one has a 4x, so it might be a little more complicated in the arithmetic. Let's find out. 4x plus 5 divided into negative 16x cubed minus 12x squared plus 30x plus 25. 4x times what is negative 16x cubed? That would be negative 4x squared. And we distribute negative 16x cubed minus 20x squared. We subtract, which is draw the line, change the signs. Cancellation. Negative 12x squared plus 20x squared is 8x squared. And drop down the 30x. In general, you want to have dropped down enough so that you have the same number of terms as what you're dividing by. 4x times what is 8x squared? Positive 2x. And we distribute. So that is 8x squared plus 10x. Draw the line, change the signs, reduction. 30 minus 10 is 20x, and let's bring down our 25. 4x times what is 20x? That would be plus 5. 5 times 4x is 20x. 5 times 5 plus 25. Oh, this is nice. When we draw the line and change the signs, they both reduce, no remainder. So our answer is just the negative 4x squared plus 2x plus 5. Okay, excellent. Let's move on. All right, now our next objective, divide polynomial functions given in function notation. So they say find f divided by g. This is the quotient function, f over g of x for the following functions. So we have f, we have g, we're going to divide them. Now notice g has an x squared plus 1, f has an x to the fourth, an x cubed. There's no x squared and there's no x. So this is our first problem where we're going to have placeholders. So we set up the g function, that's the one in the denominator, going into x to the fourth plus 20x cubed. I'm going to create a 0x squared and a 0x, and then our plus 25 to give myself room to work in case there are any x squared or x numbers that come out of this process. X squared times what is x to the fourth? That would be x squared. Distribute x to the fourth plus x squared. Make sure you get that in the right column. It's way over here. And draw the line and change the signs. Now we have these reduce. This one, 20x cubed plus 0 would be 20x cubed. And 0x squared minus x squared, that would be minus x squared. And we can drop the next one down. And x squared times what is 20x squared? X cubed, sorry, that would be plus 20x. We distribute 20x cubed plus 20x, that does go in the x column. Draw the line and change the sign, so we subtract. Those reduce. Here we have just minus x squared, and here we have minus 20x, and we can drop our 25. X squared goes into, or times what is negative x squared? That's just minus 1. We distribute minus x squared minus 1. Put it in the right column. Draw the line, change the signs. Here we have minus 20x. Here we have plus 26. And x squared times what is minus 20x? That doesn't go in nicely, so we are now into remainder. So our final answer is x squared plus 20x minus 1, and then plus the numerator negative 20x plus 26, and the denominator is what we divided by. Okay. Let's look at the next example. Oh, that's it. So we're done with this lesson. Awesome. I hope this is helping.